The year was 2473. Space was not a mystery anymore. Humans had ships, cities on moons, and colonies on faraway planets. But still, some parts of the galaxy were unexplored. One of those places was called the Veil Expansa, a strange area full of dark energy, broken stars, and silence. No one went there, till now. Commander Elias Ward sat in the command chair of the Starship Horizon, looking at a strange signal on the screen. It blinked in patterned, soft pulses like a heartbeat. "Still there?" Elias asked his science officer. Dr. Mira Chen, the ship's top scientist, nodded slowly. "Yes, sir. It's a repeating quantum signal. Very old. But it's written in a math code only humans use." Elias frowned. "It can't be right. No one has ever been out this far. And nothing human came this way." "I know," Mira said. "But it's true. It's calling us." The crew of the Horizon was small, but skilled. There were 10 of them, all trained to explore deep space. They had seen many strange things before. Black hole storms, metal trees on dead planets, even time. Glitches. But this was different. It felt personal. "Set course," Elias ordered. "Let's find out who's calling." After 4 days of flying through the stormy darkness of the Veil Expanse, they found it, floating in orbit around a cold, dead star. Was a massive object, a moon-sized station. It had smooth silver walls, glowing blue lines, and no signs of life. It wasn't on any star maps. It wasn't built by any known alien race. It was just there. "This place is at least 10,000 years old," Mira said, scanning the surface. "But the signal is coming from inside." They suited up and flew down in a small shuttle. Inside the station, everything was quiet. The halls were wide, clean, and made of unknown metal. The walls had strange carvings, like stories written in light. The team walked deeper and deeper, guided by the signal. Then they found the chamber. It was large, round, and bright. In the center was a tall, glass-like pod. Inside it floated a woman, something like a woman. Her skin was light blue and shimmered like crystal. Her eyes were closed. She looked peaceful. "Is she alive?" Elias asked. Mira scanned the pod. "Yes, she's in stasis deep sleep. Her body is stable, but she's not human." They activated the control panel. The lights changed. The pod made a soft sound, and slowly the crystal woman opened her eyes. She looked at Elias, straight into his eyes. "Yes." Her lips moved. "I've been waiting for you for 1,000 years, she said, her voice soft and clear. I couldn't understand. "Why?" The room went silent. Everyone stared. She had spoken perfect Earth English. "Who are you?" Elias asked. The woman stepped out of the pod. She moved gracefully, like water. Long silver hair floated slightly as if gravity didn't touch. My name is Sirius," she said. "I am ... or was, a princess of the Orolari people." Mira blinked. "Orolari. That name doesn't exist in any database." Sirius nodded. "It wouldn't. My people are gone. Lost to time. I am the last." Elias looked confused. "You've been waiting for me, yes?" Sirius said. "In every dream, every vision, I saw your face. I didn't know why. I only knew I had to wait here, till you came." "But how can you speak English?" Mira asked. "I don't know this language," Sirius replied. "But when I look at you, Commander Ward, the words come to me. It's as if your mind is guiding mine. This was impossible. Dead alien. Race. A princess in stasis. A perfect match with a human man who had never been here before. It didn't make sense, but somehow it felt right." They brought Sirius back to the ship. She was calm, curious, and intelligent. She walked through the corridors of the Horizon with awe and sadness. "This ship," she whispered, "feels like something from my memories." Elias watched her carefully. She was not a threat, but she was a mystery. The ship's AI, KAL-9, ran a full analysis. "Her biology is humanoid," it reported, "but her cells emit low-level temporal energy. She is not just alive, She is ... tied to time itself. Soraya sat in the common room with Elias that night. You don't trust me, she said. I don't understand you, Elias replied. She looked at him with those ancient, glowing eyes. I don't understand me either. I only know that I was made to wait. Not by choice, by design. My people feared something they tried to stop. I was the key, ... and the lock. Elias was quiet for a moment. Then he said, do you know what happened to your people? No, she answered. Only flashes, fire, silence, then ... nothing. She looked down at her hands, but I think you are the beginning of the answer. Back in the control room, Mira found something else. Commander, she said, you need to see this. They opened files taken from the station's core. Ancient images appeared on the screen paintings made of light. One of them showed humans, thousands of years old, maybe older. This is impossible, Mira whispered. Humans shouldn't be in this record. Earth didn't have technology back then. Sarah Ease stepped in, called them the Constant Ones, beings who appeared across ages and worlds. Always human, always important. Ilias's voice was low. Are you saying humans were part of galactic history before Earth even knew it? I don't know, Soraya said. But your kind was always different. Always. Central. The crew stared at the images in silence. What did it mean? Was humanity more than just a young species? From Earth? Why did an alien princess wait 1,000 years for a man she had never met? And what was coming next? As the horizon prepared to leave the veil expanse, a warning light blinked red. Enemy signal detected. 3 unknown ships appeared on the radar. Sharp, black, silent, the Vornari, whoever they were. They wanted the station end. Soraeus Elias stood tall. The mystery had only just begun. The Vornari ships were closing in fast. Commander Elias Ward stood on the bridge of the horizon, eyes locked on the radar screen. 3 dark ships, sharp like blades, moved in silence through space. No radio calls, no signals. Just quiet danger. Shields up, he ordered. Yes, Commander, said Lieutenant Ramos, the ship's tactical officer. The crew moved quickly. This was no longer just an exploration mission. Now they were being hunted. Dr. Mira Chen looked up from her console. Those ships are not in any database, but their structure shows energy weapons and particle shields. Advanced tech. Elias nodded. They want Soraya's. We're not letting that happen. In the medical bay, Soraya sat calmly, her silver eyes watching the stars through the window. The ship vibrated slightly under her feet. She could feel the change. She had seen such ships in her visions before, always bringing war. Late to stop, Mira entered, holding a tablet. We have to move you to the secure bay. Soraya stood slowly. It has begun, then. Mira frowned. What has the test? Soraya said softly. The one I feared is the one I was made. Mira didn't understand, but there was no time. She guided Soraeus down the hall as red lights flashed. The Vornari ships opened fire. Blue beams of energy shot across the void, crashing into the horizon's shields. Sparks flew on the bridge. Ships shook, shields holding at 80%. Ramos said, returning fire. Elias clenched his jaw. Aim to disable. We need answers. The horizon fired back. Sleek torpedoes of plasma shot from its side bays, hitting the nearest Vornari ship. The enemy ship spun, damaged but not destroyed. KL-9, prepare for jump, Elias said. The ship's AI responded in its calm voice. Calculating escape route. 30 seconds required. You don't have 30 seconds, Elias muttered. Just then, Soraeus entered the bridge. You must not run, she said. Elias turned to her, surprised. They're attacking us, I know, she said. But they're not here just to destroy. They want something. Something inside me. Elias narrowed his eyes. What do they want? Soraeus touched her chest. Memory, technology, the last key of the Orolari. Ramos looked confused. A key to what? Soraeus looked at the stars, to the past and the future. KL-9 completed the jump calculation. Route locked. Elias paused. He looked at Soraya's, at his crew, at the ships outside. "Jump now," he ordered. The stars bent. With a flash of white light, the horizon vanished. They jumped to a quiet system, empty, cold, safe for the moment. Elias stood in the observation deck alone, thinking. Soraya joined him. "You saved me," she said. Elias nodded. "That's what we do." She looked at him carefully. "You still don't trust me." "I don't understand you," Elias replied. Gave a soft smile. "That is fair." He turned to her. "Start explaining. Who are you really? Why do you know me? Why are we in your dreams?" Soraya walked to the glass wall and placed her hand on it. "I am not just a princess," she said. "I was created, not born. A mix of memory, light, and time. My people built me to survive a coming disaster, a war they couldn't win." "A war with who?" "With time itself," she said. Elias frowned. "You're not making sense." Soraya continued. "The Orlari tried to control the timeline. To stop certain futures, they used machines to see many paths. But the more they looked, the more they broke reality." She looked into his eyes. "Then they saw you, humans, appearing again and again across time, always at the center of change. They called you the human constant." Elias was quiet. "They believed humans were the only species that could survive all timelines," Soraya said. "No matter the future, humanity always existed." "Why, we don't know," Soraya whispered, but they feared it, or maybe envied it. Myra joined them later with new findings. "Commander, we decoded more of the station's records. They confirm what Soraya said. Her people studied time. They found something strange. Humans showing up in different parts of the galaxy, thousands of years before Earth had space travel." "It's not possible," Elias said. "I thought the same," Mira replied. "But these records are old, accurate, and real. Humans don't fit the normal rules," Soraya added. "That's why I was made to wait for the one human who was tied to every timeline. And it was always you." Elias felt a chill run down his spine. "Why me?" he asked. "Because you've lived this before," Soraya said. "Not in this life, but in others. I have seen you lead battles, make peace, destroy worlds. You are the thread that connects everything." In the days that followed, the crew studied Soraya's and the data from the station. They found a name. The Chrono Engine, a massive device created by the Orlari. Its purpose to reset timelines, erase mistakes, shape reality. Soraya's was the key to activate it. "That's what the Vornari want," Mira said. "They want to rewrite history, or control the future." Elias stared at the screen. "We can't let that happen." "But we don't know where the engine is," Myra replied. "I do," Soraya said. Everyone turned. In my dreams, I saw the place. A hidden moon near the dying star of Heskar Prime. That's where they built it, and that's where it sleeps. Elias gave the order. "We go there." As they prepared for the journey, Soraya spent more time with Elias. She watched him closely, quietly. Sometimes she asked questions about Earth. Sometimes she just listened. "You care for your people," she said one night. "I do," Elias replied. "That's why you always survive," she said softly. "Because your heart never gives up." Elias looked at her. "You speak like you've known me for a long time," he said. "In ways I have," she answered. "But each time you're a little different. In one life you were a king, in another a rebel, but always brave, always human." Elias didn't know what to say. 2 days later, the horizon entered the Heskar system. The dying star glowed red and angry. Floating near it was a broken moon. Quiet, dead. But their scanners showed something deep inside, an energy source like nothing else. "The Chrono Engine," Mira whispered. As they moved closer, an alarm rang. "Vornari ships incoming, KAL-9. Warned 6 ships, larger than before." "They were waiting," Elias said. They followed Soraya's signal. Ramos powered weapons. "We're outnumbered." Elias stood firm. We go in anyway. A battle began in the skies above the moon. Horizon flew fast and hard, dodging beams, firing back. 2 Vornari ships were hit and spun away. Elias gave orders like a man born for this, calm, clear, strong, inside the chaos. Elias guided a shuttle with Myra and Elias down to the surface. They found an old door tall, covered in strange symbols. Soraya placed her hand on it. The symbols lit up. It remembers me, she said. The door opened. Inside was the heart of the moon, and the chrono engine waited. The inside of the moon was like a dream, huge halls of glowing stone, spinning lights in the air, and strange machines still running after thousands of years. The walls hummed with power. At the center stood the chrono engine, tall as a tower, with rings of energy turning slowly around a crystal core. Elias Ward stepped forward, his eyes on the machine. So that's it? He asked. That's what can control time. Soraya nodded. Yes. This is what my people built, ... and feared. Dr. Mir Chen looked at her scanner. The power levels are off the charts. If someone activates this thing, it could rewrite reality, change history. Soraya moved to a nearby panel. Only I can open it, but I need Elias. His presence is part of the lock. Elias raised an eyebrow. Me again? She turned to him. Yes, you're the anchor. He walked over, stood beside her, and placed his hand on the glowing console. The machine responded. A hum rose from deep below, and the rings of the engine began to spin faster. Light pulsed from the core. The chrono engine was waking up. Above the moon, the horizon was still fighting. Vornari ships surrounded it like wolves. We can't hold much longer, Ramos shouted. Cal-9 responded, diverting auxiliary power. 2 shields. Hull integrity at 62%. One of the Vornari ships broke formation and began to descend toward the moon. They're sending troops, Ramos said. We have to warn the commander. Inside the chrono engine chamber, Soraya took a deep breath. This is what I was made for, she said. To guide the key, to balance the engine. Elias watched her. What happens if someone uses it? For evil. She looked at him with sad eyes. Then time itself may break. Worlds will vanish. Wars could never end. Life would bend to one will. And what if I destroy it? Elias asked. Then history stays as it is. Broken, maybe, but real. Suddenly an alarm rang in Myra's device. Vornari incoming, she shouted. They're inside the moon. Elias pulled out his sidearm. We hold them here. Vornari soldiers burst into the chamber. They were tall, armored in black with red glowing eyes. Silent, fast. Elias fired first, taking one down. Mira ducked behind a pillar, shooting carefully. Soraya stood still, focusing on the engine. I must complete the activation, she said. Buy me time. Elias moved quickly, firing as he ran. He pushed 2 soldiers back and shouted, Fall back! We make our stand at the core. More Vornari came. The air shook with fire and light. On the horizon, Ramos saw what was happening. They're being overwhelmed, he said. Prepare the drop team, KAL-9 ordered. We go to them. Within minutes, 5 crew members suited up and launched in a small assault pod. They raced toward the moon, weapons ready. Back in the chamber, Soraya placed both hands on the crystal. Her eyes glowed. Energy flowed around her. The chrono engine lit up like a sun. I remember now, she whispered. All the timelines, all the mistakes. Elias looked back at her between shots. What do you mean? I saw you die. Again. And again, she said. In every version you tried to save me, and you failed. Elias kept firing. This time I'm not going to die. Suddenly, a large Vonari commander entered. His armor was thicker. His weapon was strange, a pulse cannon that melted stone. You are the human constant, he said. His voice was deep and cold. You should not exist. Elias stared him down. Too bad I do. The Vornari commander raised his weapon and fired. Elias barely dodged the beam, diving behind cover. The wall behind him exploded. Mira screamed as a blast hit near her. She fell, injured. Get her out, Elias shouted. Seras walked forward, glowing brighter. You do not belong here, he said to the Vornari. The commander laughed. And you are just a memory in the shape of a woman. I am more than memory, she said. I am choice. She raised her hands. Light burst from her fingers, hitting the commander's chest. His armor cracked. Elias took the chance and fired 3 quick shots. The Vornari fell. The drop team arrived just in time. He pushed back the rest of the soldiers, helped Mira, and set up defenses around the engine. We're holding for now, one of them said. Sorayas turned back to Elias. The engine is ready, she said. Ready for what? To see, to choose. She touched the console. A beam of light shot out and wrapped around Elias. His mind filled with visions. He saw himself in 100 lives, a soldier, a farmer, a king. He saw battles on burning worlds, peace, talks between galaxies. He saw Earth destroyed, then reborn, and in all of them, Sorayas was there. Sometimes close, sometimes far. Always watching, he gasped as he came back. What was that? He asked. The truth, Sorayas said. You are the one thread that never breaks. Why me? Because your choices matter, she said. You always fight, always love, always hope. Elias stood, shaken but steady. Then I choose, he said, to destroy it. Mira looked shocked. You can't. This is a miracle. A time machine. It's a weapon, Elias said. If it falls into the wrong hands, everything ends. Sorayas nodded. You are right. She stepped back. I will help you destroy it. Together, they placed their hands on the final. Switch dot lights turned red. The engine began to shake. Alarms screamed. The Vornari ships above turned to flee. They knew what was coming. Cal 9 called over the radio. Explosion detected. Get out of there. Elias turned to Sorayas. Come with us. She smiled sadly. I can't. I'm part of it. If it dies, I do too. Elias grabbed her hand. We'll find another way. No, she said softly. This is the only way all timelines can be free. The chamber began to collapse. Sorayas kissed his forehead. Thank you, Elias Ward. In every life, I loved you. A blinding light filled the room. Elias woke up in the dropship. Mira was beside him, bruised but alive. The moon's gone, she whispered. The engine too. Elias sat up, and Sorayas. Myra shook her head. She chose to stay. He looked out the window. The moon was just dust now, but in that dust felt something. Not an end, a beginning. Back on the horizon, the crew gathered. In silence, Ramos raised a glass. To the princess of no world, to Sorayas, they all said. Elias stood by himself later. Watching the stars, he closed his eyes, and in the quiet, he heard her voice one last time. I've waited for you. For 1,000 years, and I finally understand why. The horizon drifted quietly through space. It had been 1 week since the destruction of the moon and the chrono engine. The crew was silent. Everyone felt the loss of Sorayas, the mysterious alien princess, who had sacrificed herself to save. Time itself, but something was wrong. Commander Elias Ward sat alone in his quarters, staring at an old data crystal. It was glowing faintly. He had found it in his pocket after the explosion. No one knew how it got there. When he held it, he felt her. Not just memories, but presence. Dr. Mira Chen ran tests on the crystal. She looked tired and puzzled. This isn't just a memory file, she said. There's energy inside. Something alive. Leas frowned. You mean like an AI? No, Myra said. Something more. Like a piece of a soul. They placed the crystal into the ship's main console. The lights flickered. Then a soft voice filled the room. Hello, Elias? It was her SERAS. Is her voice, gentle and calm, echoed from the speakers. A glowing figure appeared in the air made of light, shaped like her, but flickering like a dream. You're alive? Elias asked, standing up. Not quite, she said. Before the engine was destroyed, I transferred part of myself into the crystal. I didn't want to leave you completely. Mira stared, shocked. You uploaded yourself. Soraya smiled. A shadow of me. My memories. My mind. My feelings. Elias stepped closer. Can you stay? I don't know, she said. This form is weak. I'm fading. Elias clenched his fists. He had lost her once. Didn't. Want to lose her again? Meanwhile, the galaxy was changing. News spread quickly. The moon at Heskar had exploded, taking with it a great unknown power, but others had seen it. Spies, drones, whispers. The Vornari were not finished. They were angry. They believed the humans had destroyed their only chance to control the timeline, and now they wanted revenge. In dark corners of space, Vornari leaders gathered. The human constant still lives, one of them said, and the memory princess is not fully gone. We must find them, another said, and end the threat once and for all. They built a new weapon, one that didn't need time travel. It needed only death. Back on the horizon, Surace's presence began to change the ship. KAL-9, the ship's AI, reported strange activity. Unknown code is spreading through the system. It said, but it is not hostile. Soraya appeared again. I'm sorry, she said. I can't help it. I'm merging with the ship. Mira gasped. You're becoming part of the horizon. Soraya nodded. It's the only way I can survive. Elias looked around. So this ship is now part of you? Yes, she said softly. I am the walls, the lights, the voice in the wires. Slowly, the horizon began to change. Faster engines, stronger shields, better sensors. The ship was waking up with Soraya as its new soul. Ramos ran to the bridge commander. Need to see this. A fleet of Vornari warships had entered. Human space. They were moving fast, heading for Terra Nova. It's the largest human colony. They're coming to finish what they started, Elias said. He turned to Surias. Can you guide us? Her voice echoed gently. Yes. I remember them. Can predict. Their moves. Elias gave the order. Plot a course. We go now. The horizon moved faster than ever before. Surias controlled the engines directly. Bending gravity around the ship like silk, the crew worked quickly. Weapons were upgraded. Shields were reinforced. For the first time, the horizon felt alive. Like a warrior with a heart, they reached Terra Nova just as the Vornari ships arrived. The colony was peaceful, full of farms and forests. It had no real defenses. If the horizon had been late, millions would have died. Elias stood on the bridge. Open a channel to the enemy. A Vornari general appeared on the screen. His face was cruel, his eyes dark. You should not have touched the engine, he said. You shouldn't have tried to control it, Elias replied. The general smiled. We will erase you. Slowly. Elias leaned forward. Try. The battle began. Vornari ships fired dark beams of energy. The horizon moved like lightning, dodging, spinning, firing back with new weapons beams of light powered by Soraya herself. Soraya spoke through the ship. Left flank. Now Ramos followed her command. 2 enemy ships exploded. Elias shouted. Hit the core ship. They focused all fire. The main Vornari ship shook, shields breaking. But then something new appeared. A dark cloud in space. It wasn't a ship. It was a storm of time, Mira screamed. It's a temporal rift. They opened a breach. The Vornari had tried again to touch time. They had created a weapon that bent space and future together. If it spreads, Soraya warned, reality will tear apart. Elias looked at her projection. Can you stop it? I can try, she said, but I need full control. You already have it, Elias said. Soraya paused. Are you sure? If we lose this? Nothing else matters, he said. She closed her eyes, and the horizon glowed bright white. Soraya reached into the rift. She sang not with words, but with memory. Her song echoed through space. touching the tear in reality. It began to shrink, but it fought back. The ship shook violently. Lights flickered. Soraya screamed in pain. Elias reached for her image. "Hold on, I can't. Keep this form," she whispered. "The rift is pulling me in." "No," Elias shouted. Her glow faded, but the storm disappeared. The rift closed. The sky was quiet again. The Vornari ships began to retreat. Without their weapon, they had lost their advantage. The horizon stood alone, damaged but strong. Elise collapsed in his chair. "Report," he said weakly. Ramos checked his console. "Colonists safe. Vornari fleeing." KL9 added, "Temporal field gone. No more. Time disruptions." But Mira said nothing. She was staring at the empty space where Sirius's projection had been. "She's gone," she whispered. Elias felt cold, empty. But then, a whisper filled the room. "Not gone, just ... deeper." Later, Elias sat alone in the observation deck. He looked at the stars. He remembered everything: her voice, her touch, her sacrifice. And then a soft glow appeared beside him, not a full image, just light. Her light. "I'm still here," she said. Elias smiled, tears in his eyes. "You saved us all," he said. "No," she whispered. "We saved each other." The horizon was quiet again. The stars outside moved slowly as the ship cruised near the edges of known space. After the battle over Terra Nova, the crew had begun repairs. The Vornari were retreating from human space, broken and afraid. But inside, Commander Elias Ward, there was no peace. He sat in the command chair, staring at the screen where Sirius's light had once glowed. Every day, he hoped she would return. Every day he waited for her voice. Down in the ship's core, Dr. Mira Chen worked with Cal-9. They were searching for what was left of Sirius inside the ship's systems. She had become part of the horizon, but after closing the time rift, she had gone quiet like a sleeping star. "There's still a signal," Mira said, pointing to her screen. "Very weak, like a heartbeat," KL9 agreed. "It is located in the engine core, but it is not data. It is not code. It is ... feeling." "Feeling?" Mira repeated. Cal-9 paused. "It is sorrow and waiting." That night, Elias visited the engine core. The place was warm, glowing with soft blue lights. He stood there for a long time, saying nothing. Then, quietly, he spoke. "I know you can hear me," he said. "I know you're still here." A faint light appeared in the corner. Not a full form, just a shape. "Sirius, I'm tired." "Elias," she whispered. "You've done enough," he said. "Let me carry the rest." "But I'm the last of my kind," she said. "If I fade, it's all gone." Elias stepped forward. "You're not gone. You live in us now." She was silent. Then she said, "There's one more key. One more choice." The next day, the ship picked up a strange signal. It was coming from deep space beyond any known star system, a location that wasn't on any map. The signal wasn't in any human or alien language, but Sirius understood it. "It's a gate," she said softly through the ship's speakers. "A door left by my people, hidden outside time." Elias stared at the data. "A door to what?" "To rebirth," she replied. "Or to erasure." Mira looked nervous. "That's where your species came from?" "Yes," Sirius said. "The beginning and the end." Elias stood. "We're going there." The journey took 4 days. During the trip, the crew trained, repaired the hull, and prepared for anything. The horizon moved faster than ever, guided by Sirius's soft presence in every system. At last, it arrived. In the darkness of space, they saw it, a ring, massive. Floating in the void, it glowed with ancient power. Symbols ran across its surface in silver and gold. Sirius spoke. "This is the Arc Gate. It leads to the memory core of my people, to all our past and all our futures." Elias looked at the screen. "And what do we do there?" "You choose," she said, "to carry us forward, or let us go forever." The crew was quiet. It was not just a gate, it was a burden, a key to an entire race. To bring it back or to leave it in peace, Mira said we could learn so much, Ramos added, or we could wake something dangerous. Elias nodded. Not just about knowledge, it's about responsibility. He turned to the glowing console. Sir, what do you want? Her voice was soft. I want peace. But I also want hope. Elias placed his hand on the console. Then we go through. The gate opened with a soundless wave. The horizon passed through, and everything changed. No stars, no planets, just light. A sea of memory. The ship floated in silence. Then Sirius's voice returned. Clearer than ever. This is the last archive. My people placed all they were here, minds, hearts, dreams. The crew looked around. Holograms appeared. Cities of light. Children laughing. Worlds growing. Then war, fire, collapse. The end. Elias watched it all. Then he saw himself. Over and over again, the human constant. I was always part of this, he whispered. Sir replied, you were our last hope. A new screen appeared. A choice. Store. The Lumeri species? Yes. No, Elias stared. Can we really bring them back? Yes, Sirius said. But they will need guidance, and they will remember nothing. You must teach them. And if I say no, then I fade, she said, and the past ends. The crew stood behind Elias. It's your call, Commander, Ramos said. Elias thought of everything. The war, the engine, her sacrifice, and her voice saying she had waited 1,000 years. He pressed the button. YS. The light changed. Beams of energy flowed into the ship. Not weapons, but seeds. Of life. New code, new minds. New souls, stored inside the Horizon's data core. Soraya spoke one last time. Thank you. Her voice was soft now. It's almost gone. You gave us another chance, Elias whispered. Where are you going? To rest, she said. To finally sleep. Her light flickered, faded, gone. 6 months later, the Horizon had returned to human. Space, the Vornari had fallen back. Peace talks had begun. Earth had declared Elias and his crew heroes, but that wasn't what mattered. What mattered was the nursery. Ship being built in orbit, inside it were the seeds from the Arc Gate, tiny, forms of new life Lumeri children, Sirius's people, not gods, not warriors, just children. Waiting to grow, Elias visited them every week. He watched them smile. Let's play, learn. He spoke to them about stars, music, kindness, and choice. One night, he walked to the garden deck of the Horizon. He looked up at the stars. A soft wind passed, and in it, he heard one final whisper. I've been waiting for you for 1,000 years, and now it makes sense. He smiled. I'll wait 1,000 more. If it means you'll come back,